Yo, what's up everyone? So this starts a new series for me. I'm going to be reviewing every new champion that comes out, but I'm going to be looking at them from a Battlegrounds perspective. If they're good for long form content, if they're good for any other content, I don't care. I'm just trying to see if they're going to be good for Battlegrounds. And the way we're going to find this out is I'm going to be looking at the champion's rotation. It takes around 350k HP to take down a average Battlegrounds defender at rank 3 anyway. So we're going to see how fast each new champion can take that down and how fast their rotation is. And then we're going to be doing some practice fights against the new champions to see if they're a good defender, because yeah, we don't want another incident like Serpent, do we? So yeah, it'll be fun to see if they're a good defender or not. And if they're broken like Serpent, we can report it early. And I'm going to be 100% truthful. I'm part of the CCP, but that doesn't matter. If the champion sucks, I will tell you they suck. But if the champion is going to be OP for Battlegrounds, I will let you know. Now, this is Scream's abilities, and not gonna lie, they're really confusing. When I first read it, I was not getting it. I was not getting how to play her from her abilities. So I'll explain simply how to play her. Basically, when you do a double medium attack, you gain a buff, and you can gain two of these buffs. When you do a light ending combo, you will switch which buff you gain. You can gain three different types of buffs. So you want to do medium medium, light ending combo into another medium medium into another light ending combo, medium medium again, and you're fully ramped up, and you just go for a special 1 and a special 2. This will be the Battlegrounds rotation, which is what I'm focusing on. I'm not focusing on if they're good in long form content, so we won't be going for the special 3, because this champion definitely does not need it in Battlegrounds. Now, that was her SB1, SB2 rotation. That took somewhere in between 30 to 40 seconds, and we took almost 400k HP off Winter Soldier. That will kill most opponents in Battlegrounds, and even if it doesn't, the bleeds will tick them down afterwards, and you can just go for a few combos and an SB1 will hit hard because you have all those armor breaks. So yeah, she's going to be a very, very, very strong Battlegrounds attacker. 400k HP in 30 to 40 seconds is crazy. That was a rank 3 7-star though, so we're going to be testing out the ascended 6-star to see how good that is, because plenty of people still using 6-stars, including myself. So clearly she has the damage for Battlegrounds, but does she have the utility? She does have some very nice utility. She has plenty of armor breaks, which will let her counter all the tricky tech defenders, plenty of bleeds, but she's not reliant on bleeds. If your opponent is bleed immune, then you apply double the armor breaks, and your SB2 doesn't suffer at all, because your SB2 deals damage based on how many debuffs you have, not how many bleeds you have. So you just get double the armor breaks against bleed immune champions, and your SB2 hits just as hard. Of course, she sucks against armor break immune champions, but that's not that bad. There's not that many armor break immune champions, a lot less than bleed immune champions anyway. So yeah, I think she's going to be very, very good for Battlegrounds. She's not going to be good this meta in Crit Me With Your Best Shot, because most of her damage comes from burst damage on the SB2. She might be decent because she has loads of them armor breaks, which will make her basic attacks hit decent, but I don't think she's going to be the best for Crit Me. But in a meta, she works. She could be one of the strongest attackers in game. She definitely has the potential. Now, that was the same rotation, SB1, SB2, but with an ascended 6-star this time, and we took off 300k health. So she will still kill plenty of battleground defenders in 30 to 40 seconds as an ascended 6-star, and even if she doesn't quite have enough damage in that rotation to kill them, she has all those bleeds ticking the opponent down, and you can just go for an SB1 afterwards, and that does pretty decent damage, or even another SB2. So yeah, she's going to be really good as a ascended 6-star as well, and she does not need the dupe. So if you manage to pull a 7-star, her dupe ability does not matter at all, so she's good to go unduped. Now, this is just a fight against Division in the Grandmaster's Gauntlet, because this was the first bleed immune fight I could think of. So you're going to see what I mean. Against bleed immune champions, she applies double the armor breaks. Honestly, I think Scream has the potential to be the best champion of the year. I'm a really big fan of her, and I think any meta in Battlegrounds that she works, she's going to be one of the best attackers. And let's see how much damage we took off there with an SB1, SB2, 30 to 40 second rotation, almost 400k HP, and that was off the 6-star, so we actually did more damage against the bleed immune champion than we did when we actually had the bleeds, which is kind of crazy, but kind of fair as well, because, you know, a lot of tech champions are bleed immune, and cosmic, they're supposed to be OP against the tech class, so it's definitely fair. Anyway, now we're going to be fighting against Scream to see how good she is on defense, and I don't think she's the best defender, but I definitely think she'll be able to catch some people off guard. But in high tier Battlegrounds, I think she's going to get nuked pretty much anytime you place her, but she's definitely not bad. She has some defensive utility going on, but if you just fight her baiting SB1 and not letting her throw her heavy attack, she's very, very easy. The only way she becomes a problem on defense is if you let her throw her heavy attack. She's going to gain a buff which will let her auto block you, and this auto block triggers parry, so you definitely don't want to get auto blocked, but just don't let her heavy attack. And if she throws her SB2, it can be kind of annoying to dodge, but it's definitely dexable. And after her SB2, she will also gain the buff which will make her auto block you, so you just want to play against her, baiting out special ones and making sure she doesn't throw her heavy attack. Then she's a pretty easy defender. Now you're about to see what not to do. As I mentioned, if she throws that heavy attack, she's going to gain that buff and she's going to auto block you. If you're using a mystic champion though, you can just nullify that buff. So if you're using someone with nullify or neutralize, you can ignore all this, and you can let her heavy attack all you want. So yeah, you can use Tigra for her. I don't think she'll be the best defender, because even without a counter, she's pretty easy. She does have a decent-ish health pool, but yeah, nah, she's going to get nuked in high tier Battlegrounds, but she might be able to get you some wins in low tier Battlegrounds. She is decent, just far from the best. She used her SB2 there, and as you can see, again, she gained that buff and she auto blocked me. And she does actually have a Infuriate, which is a really, really nice piece of utility. I'm really happy they added this, but it does consume one of your madness, which you don't really want to do, so you don't want to use this Infuriate too much. But it's nice that they have it, because you know what AI is like nowadays. It's really passive. Half the time you can't intercept it, it just stands there holding block, looking at you. So yeah, having an Infuriate is really nice. I thought they would never put that in the Champions kit again after Hercules, to be honest. And last fight of the video, this is just against a 280k Cyclops, you know, around the Battlegrounds health pool, a little lower, so we're using the 6-star. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. I think Scream is going to be a very, very solid Battlegrounds champion, and yeah, I think she's a really good addition. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you'd leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.